welcome back. So, as we saw in the first video, we're going to discuss in detail about the contents of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, which was passed in the year 1960. So, first, we're going to see about the objectives. So, why was this act passed? What was the importance that caused to pass this act? So, as we saw earlier, there were unnecessary pain that was being caused to animals in the name of experiments. To prevent that, and also to prevent general cruelty to animals, this act was passed. So, an act to prevent the infliction of unnecessary pain or suffering on animals, and for that purpose, to amend the law relating to prevention of cruelty to animals, this act was passed. So, it prohibits any person from inflicting or causing any unnecessary pain or suffering to the animal. So it might be the owner in case of a pet owner, or in case of animal husbandry. Animals are being slaughtered, and animals are also being killed in an unethical way, causing a lot of pain to the animals. To prevent all those things, this act was passed, and it also makes it a crime to beat, kick, torture, mutilate, or administer any injurious substance or cruelly kill an animal. For example, an animal might be suffering a particular degenerative disease, so there should be a mercy killing. But in certain cases, what these people will do, they will be inflicting pain. They'll be pouring hot water on the animal, and they'll be causing a lot of pain to the animal also. Okay, so to prevent all of these things, this act was passed to make sure that nobody beats an animal, or kicks, or tortures, or mutilates, or administers any injurious substance, or cruelly kill an animal. In certain cases and all, we would have seen they would have poisoned their own pet animal because they had no money to grow the pet animal. And also, they would pelt stones on the animal, they would kick the animal. For example, all the stray dogs are all being treated unfairly. So all of these things is prevented under this act. Next, we're going to see about the definitions that comes under this act. Since this whole act is based on animals, we're going to see what this animal means. So animal means any living creature other than a human being, except birds and all those things. They have their own categories. So animal is any living creature other than a human being that lives on land. All right. Next, we have board. So board is an executive committee that jointly supervises the activities of an organization. In this case, board might be Institution Animal Ethical Committee, or CPC, SEA, and all the subcommittees that comes under the particular organization. So captive animal means any animal other than a domestic animal. So those animals that live in the wild are captured and are displayed for human entertainment, for example in circus or in zoos, where you can go and see each breed of animal that should be living in the wild, not in domestical area. So all those animals that are either permanently or temporarily captured will be called as a captive animal. All right. So domestic animal means any animal which is tamed, which can be tamed for meeting the purposes of human help, or for meeting some purpose for the use of man. It might be for either meat, or for carrying goods, or as a pet animal, or anything that concerns with milk industry, meat industry, all those things. So domestic animals are those animals that can be tamed and used for human purposes. So that will be your domestic animal. These animals are softer animals than the wild animals, and these can be tamed, and it serves some purpose for human usage. So domestic animal. So what is domestic animal? Any animal other than the wild animal which can be tamed to serve some purpose for the use of human will be called as domestic animal. For example, we have our own pet animals, and also we have hens, cocks, cows, sheep, goat, and all those things, which are either used for their wool, or for carrying goods. For example, donkeys, horses, for carrying human beings, or for carrying goods, other goods, also come into domestic animal. Hen lays eggs, and hens are also used for poultry usages, like for meat usages also they are being used. So any animal that is sufficiently tamed to serve a human will be a domestic animal. So that concludes today's video. Let's see about the other definitions in the next video.
Hope you have a good day and see you in the next video. Until then, this is Dr. Jessica signing off.